And once again, it has been a most epic day of solving all the world's merchandise for the glory of the Triune God. We've got 2 left that we're going to solve. The first one is more fun than the second one, so I'm going to pick it first, and that is Smucker's. Who cannot say the word Smucker's without smiling? And they produce mostly jams, but I couldn't resist this chocolate jam that they have produced. By the way, jam is 24,888, okay? In a number of strokes that divides by 3. Why don't we just get that one out of the way, because jam is such a big and famous word all through world history. And that's also the root of the word major. If you reverse the letters, major divides by 3 is in a music major or a school major. But here we see jam adds to 24,888, 8 times 3. To the glory of Jesus equals 8 at 8. And then as 3 letters, okay, which divides by 3 obviously. And there's 9 strokes. Or sorry, there's not 9 strokes, 8 strokes. So it glorifies 8 and 3 simultaneously. 1 stroke for the J. No, I've been tallying 2 strokes for J's. Pardon me, that's J is 2 strokes. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. 2 strokes for a J, 3 strokes for an A, and 4 strokes for an M. That's 9 strokes, 3 letters, grand total 24. Divides by 3, divides by 3, divides by 3. Jesus and the Triune God take the glory for all jam. Okay? But he was in charge of the name Schmucker's. And the company Schmucker's that has produced jams since 1897. That is a lot older than every single person alive. Do you see how this story is all about God? And it's not about you? Okay? Because as far as we know, Schmucker's will still be the official jam brand name for thousands and millions of people until Jesus Christ returns. Well, let's do the math on the word Smucker's. It has been around since 1897. I'm loving this. Are you loving this? Let's do the math on Schmucker's because it's very fun to say, but we are here to do the math and show you how the Triune God is sovereign to take the glory for it. Let's write it out. Smucker's. Man, you could say that all day and this could happen. Well, okay, of course, Smucker's belongs to Smucker. Okay? But Smucker's in whole is what divides by 3. So, we're underlining the letters that divide by 3 by themselves, and then you can put this M with the E or the M with the K. I'm going to put the M with the K. Smuck. And, and then the S with the E like this. And then this S makes it the steam locomotive effect, where this guy is pulling this gold train of 3s, or you could choose this guy to be the steam locomotive, and this is the train of 3s. It's beautiful what God does with the letter S. It's the steam locomotive that pulls the gold box cars of pure 3s. So, Smucker, if you will. So, 21 plus 3, this is 24 at dead center. That gets flanked by KM, which is also 24. Aha, genius. See that? 24 dead center, that gets flanked by KM, now you know why kilometers, 24, 24. And that gets flanked by SE, which is also 24. Whoa, whoa, goosebumps. And all that sitting in the word Smucker for over 100 years. As far as we know, as far as I know, I'm the first person in world history, oh, I see something here that I never saw before. J.M. Smucker. Well, we'll have to dig into the history of who that is. I guarantee you find the full birth name of Mr. J.M. Smucker, you will get more 3s coming at you. But as far as we know, I am the first person in world history to solve Smucker to the glory of the Triune God, and that is a word that has been on jam for over 100 years, since 1897, according to this jar. Okay? So this is very expensive. That we're the first person in world history to solve Schmucker to the glory of the Trinity, the everlasting God. And look at what God has ordained. The U and the C at dead center make 24. 21 plus 3 is 24. Then the M and the K flanking that also equal 24. 888 again. And then the S and the E, as if that wasn't enough, flanking that also equal 24. 888 again. So already we've got 888, 888, 888. To the glory of Jesus equals 8 at 8. And then the R is like a giant period on this whole show. He equals 18 all by himself, dividing by 3 in 3 strokes. What does that all come to? Well, this is 72, obviously, 888, plus 18. That's like 2 puzzle pieces just waiting to come together. 72 and 18. Hello. 2 puzzle pieces. The marriage made in heaven. makes the famous 90, which is king for the number 3. If you want to argue with that, just argue with God, whose name in Hebrew is king, which adds to 90 in 3 letters, 40 plus 30 plus 20. King, 90, 3. God is 3 persons, proven mathematically. Look at that. The more you look, the more you see. You've got 3 letters exactly to divide by 3. Add that to the glory train that God has ordained. You're going to be so excited about this. You're going to tell all your friends to watch this video, and you're going to go out and buy some SMUCKER'S chocolate jam and some SMUCKER'S strawberry jam and some SMUCKER'S raspberry and blackberry and blueberry and gooseberry and boysenberry and apricot jam, and you're going to say, I'm doing this to the glory of the King, the Triune God. And indeed, yes, you are. Done. Okay, we can get more detailed. You can start counting the number of letters. 7 serves for deeper glory. How many strokes? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 14, 17, 18 if you include the final one. Okay, but there you go. SMUCKER. SMUCKER, and again, if you solve the full birth name of this man, Mr. J.M. SMUCKER, you will see more 3s. It's ridiculous. If his first name is either John or James, that's been solved a million times for the number 3. But go ahead, dig that up. That'll be a beautiful gem. If you spell SMUCKER'S in full, that adds up to 109. These are both what is called all factor 9 numbers. 1 and 9 are factors of 9. This makes them all factor 9 numbers. An all factor n number glorifies the number n. So an all factor 9 number glorifies the number 9, which in turn glorifies the number 3 because it's 3 times 3. So both numbers, 90 and 109, whether you say SMUCKER or SMUCKER'S, glorify the number 3. Okay? There you go. Wow. And that is, as of this day, if this date is accurate, 1897. So that is now 117 years ago. And I find that divine as well. Because here I am exactly 117 years later, since founding of SMUCKER. Exactly 117 years later, this is year 2014, I am solving SMUCKER to the glory of the Triune God. And the number 117 is so special, it equals mathematician. And that's exactly what we are right now. We are a mathematician, okay, solving world history for the glory of the Triune God. God ultimately is the ultimate mathematician by a factor of infinity. He's the one that takes the glory for all this, and everything in this mathematician equals 117. It's king for the number 3. Okay, divides by 3, and it's 3 times 39, which is 3 times 3 times 13, and 13 glorifies the number 3. So it's been exactly 117 years since SMUCKER'S Jam was founded that now, in this hour, God has ordained a person, namely myself, to reveal the mathematical solution of the company SMUCKER'S to the glory of everyone in the universe that cares to be enlightened about what God has been up to for the past well over 6,000 years, okay? This company is only 117 years old. It makes me laugh sometimes when I hear about young companies in this very money-chasing age, if you will, saying, oh, we've been around for 10 years, man. Our company has been here for 15 years. Or you'll hear them say, like, celebrating our 100th anniversary. We are the biggest thing that ever happened in world history. We're 100 years old, man. We are the schnitz. I'm like, God, folks, has been glorifying himself a lot longer than that. God has been using numbers to glorify himself for over 6,000 years. We've been breathing oxygen, 8 protons, 8 neutrons, 8 electrons, from before the first letters of the Bible were written. God and Adam plus Eve equals 8 times 8 in Hebrew. And we all have had 8 bones on our faces, and 16 teeth on the top, and 16 teeth on the bottom, since Adam and Eve walked the earth. Who do you think is slightly bigger than your little company called SMUCKER'S Jam? Who do you think is a little bit bigger? Actually, massively, infinitely bigger than all the money and all the companies and all the brands and all the things in this world. God. So, but we solve SMUCKER'S because we are giving the glory for everything in world history to God, who does it using numbers. That's what he has ordained for himself. Okay? So there you go. It's been 117 years since Smucker's was founded, and this is the first day in world history that a human has solved Smucker's to the glory of the Triune God, and how fitting that it's been exactly 117 years, and 117 equals mathematician. God is that good, and it's all for His glory. So, as we speak, there's several million cans of SMUCKER'S Jam alive and well in kitchens on planet Earth, blessing people, and they've been doing so for over 100 years, 117 years. So that's why it's very expensive for us to solve these names in detail to the glory of the Triune God, because this is such expensive stuff. There you go. And it needs to get in all of our schools. So we get some real brains walking around on planet Earth that actually understand who God is and what He's been up to for the past 6,000 years. So we see some real behavior on this planet. Believe me, folks, in heaven, everyone's going to know all this. The moment you get to heaven, all this is going to be revealed to you like a flood, and you're just going to be overwhelmed by how everything you ever saw, tasted, touched, felt, experienced on planet Earth was so perfectly, mathematically screaming out Jesus Christ and the Triune God that you will just feel as wretched as possible at yourself and your crusty earthly fathers that did not tell you anything. They didn't tell you anything about who God is and why things are the way that they are. Why didn't they tell you anything? Because they didn't seek God for themselves. They honestly loved something more than God. They honestly wanted something other than God. Or they just didn't take the time to seek God. Okay. Here we go. So there you go. Smucker's solved. Beautiful.